A morning bowl of oatmeal at 10,000 feet. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Here we go. So why, oh why, make the trek to Leadville? 2 miles in the sky. Oh man. Other than the obvious, seeking beauty. Come on. That's what it's all about on this YouTube channel. Seeking beauty. Hold on. Just set this here. The other reasons, as far as training is concerned, is that right now the focus is the threshold runs, what I have been doing the last couple of weeks, and the long runs. All right? Beginning to introduce that speed, so I will be doing, I think when you're watching this, maybe not, I'll be doing the threshold, the 9-mile threshold back in Denver at 1 mile above sea level rather than 2 miles above sea level where I'm sitting right now. And so I'll be, like last week, 115 miles for the week, threshold on Friday, long run on Sunday, 23-mile long run. That's 37K. I mean, that's 6K less than my race distance in Rotterdam, with a good amount of vertical. So recovering from that threshold and the long run, it just takes time. So what you can do up here in Leadville is you can kind of bop along, you can take it easy, but you're still getting that stimulus, that aerobic stimulus, even when you're running 8-minute pace, 9-minute pace. For me, like you're still getting a decent stimulus. I will go faster today. I'll talk about that later. But then in addition, on top of all of that goodness, you're getting that hemoglobin going, those red blood cells that delivers the oxygen to your muscles. Just even by sleeping up here, so I can totally understand why a particular ultra runner would move to Leadville in order to train in a beautiful place, but also to just simply deliver more oxygen to your muscles during exercise, during a workout. So those are a couple reasons. Was there one other? Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm simply preparing for threshold work and for long run work later in the week back in Denver. All right. I hope that makes sense. All right, we're getting oatmeal in us, heading out soon. Gonna let the sun rise just a little bit, warm things up. It is, almost 0 degrees out, so it's chilly. Got to let it warm up a little bit. Oh yeah. Good job, Quaker Oats. I promise I don't have a problem, everybody. What did we talk about yesterday? No judging allowed, right? Not in DGR. Oh, it's been a good couple days of testing. That's what's happening before you, all right? No judging. Oh, man, you running shoe aficionados and geeks out there, you know what's happening right before your eyes. Just a lot of testing. Oh, man, SL 20.3s, they're coming in hot. I'll be reviewing those next week for sure. They're going to make it to 50 miles, no doubt about it. All right, question is what to wear today. Roll out. Oh. There's that fort. Oh, Nelly, I'm coming back for a visit. Oh, bring the boys up. That is just beyond epic. Now, I keep forgetting to mention, so I'm going to mention it right now. Speaking of high altitude training, hemoglobin, red blood cells, hypoxic memory, all these good things, raise your hand in the comments. Are you subscribed to this YouTube channel more so for the mountain running? If you are, I do have one playlist on the channel. I don't even know, 30 videos, 50 videos, I can't even remember. But if you just want to go binge while you're working out in these winter months on the treadmill or on the elliptical, you can go watch this playlist, upper right hand corner right now. I'll also link to it in the description below, and just go have a good time seeking beauty with Mr. Drone, running the mountains, getting that vertical, all that good stuff. Okay, we're going to downtown Leadville now. Gonna go seek my own vertical, little hill repeat action before we break down this hypoxic memory. Seeking out a hill. I think I found the street I want to park and do these hill repeats. First, we're going to do a nice little warm-up. You know what that means. And then do the hill repeats here at 10,000 feet. And as many of you know, the atmosphere is miles deep, which means the oxygen molecules in the atmosphere at sea level comprises about 21% at sea level. Whereas up here, the density of those oxygen molecules goes down. Yes, down. I had to think for a second because there's not as much atmosphere pressing on the, basically what we call the barometric pressure, okay? So the oxygen molecules spread out more here at altitude, here at 10,000 feet in Leadville, which means the EPO in our body, which yes, I might just put it on a title right now. The erythropoietin, is that how you spell it? Hopefully that's how you pronounce it. It's a hormone that stimulates your bone marrow to produce more red blood cells, okay? And as you know, the red blood cells and the hemoglobin, the protein inside those red blood cells, is what carries the oxygen from our lungs to our muscles during exercise. So again, just a quick recap. The lower you are in the atmosphere, meaning closer to sea level, the denser the oxygen molecules. Whereas up here, they begin to spread out more and more and more. Does that make sense? Which is why this blue disc that I use, which many of you have seen me use so many times, it's inflated a ton. In fact, it's almost too inflated. It's hard to use up here because it turns into a balloon because there's less pressure up here. I didn't even realize I'd kind of be conducting my own little science experiment today with this blue ankle disc that I thankfully brought to demonstrate this for all of you. So, all right, enough talking. Let's go get this 10-mile warm-up in, and then we'll go get some hill repeats. talk about tough, those guys were tough. If you ever want to complain, just think about the 10th Mountain Division. Oh my goodness. What they did in these mountains, unbelievable. Just out here cruising along. Before I forget, there's a lot of studies out there about altitude training, red blood cells, all that stuff, like hundreds. You can go read. I've noticed it was like mid-90s to 2010. It's based on the studies that I've read about these topics with training at altitude and the benefit for runners. But one study that I did read is that for somebody that's going up in altitude and training at altitude, they will get a 1%, which isn't a ton, but a 1% increase in their red blood cell count after 1 week of training at altitude, okay? Also, it's not just about your blood. It's also about the mitochondria. Well, also, okay, red blood cells, the hemoglobin, I better just stop. The hemoglobin, I might even say this again with a better audio. The hemoglobin, I've heard it described as the glove of like a baseball glove, and the baseball is the oxygen. So the hemoglobin literally like clings to the oxygen, which is what then goes into your bloodstream from your lungs out into your muscles. It just blows my mind whenever I think of that imagery of the hemoglobin, the protein in our bloodstream clinging to that oxygen. Anyway, also, it's not just about the blood. It's about the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of our cells, okay? When we are training at higher altitude, again, back to the studies have found that powerhouse of our cells is able to stave off that acid imbalance. So the pH levels in our blood when we are training and racing at high intensity, when you know that burn, or who has felt, or even, it's crazy actually, tasted that, you know what I'm talking about, that copper, I don't even know if it's like copper is the right word to use, but it almost tastes like you have a copper taste in your mouth. It's that acid imbalance, that pH level imbalance in our blood that the mitochondria, when we're training up here at altitude, is able to suppress just a little bit better. The exact percentage I don't know, when we are exposed to less oxygen up here in the beautiful atmosphere in Leadville or wherever you might be training at high altitude. So anyway, just a few quick thoughts I had on the run, and let's get back to the car. The sun is going down. Well, it's not going down, but I gotta be efficient, get back down to low altitude, the Mile High City, before too long. Okay. Woo! And as we begin our journey back down to the Mile High City, I thought on my run, I remembered, I will do my best, and if I don't remember, tag me on Twitter, hit me up everywhere, let me know that I want to link to some of these studies that I'm referencing down in the description, okay? So if you want to go deeper, it's a little science heavy, but that's where I'm getting my sources for these discussions about red blood cells and hemoglobin. All right, onward and upward. That's what I'm talking about, my love. What was that called?
Yeah.
Curry?
Okay.
Some sort of curry?
Thai yellow curry, steak curry.
Oh, look at that
I was-
sunset. Oh,
Wow.
my. I know
That's
you
like
did,
a movie.
I did film it, but now it's even better. It's like pink. Oh, epic.
And blue.
Um,
That's the view from our house.
that was delicious.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Oh, so good.
Here's
Spicy.
my trick.
Yeah.
I made it and served him. Then I added some like 3 dollops of Greek yogurt
Yep.
for the children and I. We can't quite handle.
Tame it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Hun, red blood cells,
Yep.
hemoglobin,
Okay. Good.
hypoxic memory, and
Brilliant.
heartbeats.
Oh.
We need, what did True Love do today?
I went to our appointment, 18-week appointment, and heard the heartbeat of our baby.
Pitter patter, pitter patter. Nice and fast.
Yes.
Fast heartbeat.
Fast heartbeat was perfect. Healthy baby, thank you, God.
Healthy baby. So, just
So heart rate for you? Heartbeat.
so we're talking about all this stuff on the vlog today. So, but we had to get a little baby update.
Yeah.
And I'm back. We're back. So, that is just stunning.
I know. You could get a
All
shot
right.
for this. Can you?
Yeah.
Or when we're done.
Yeah, when we're done.
Yeah,
When we're done.
Okay.
Okay.
I might.
She's gonna zip.
Yeah,
She's
sorry,
gonna
love
zip.
you.
Love you. Hypoxic memory. Let's close this out. And there's studies linked down below in the description about when you go to altitude and then maybe you live in Louisiana or you come up and you train for Hard Rock in Silverton and Colorado, or maybe somewhere in Utah, or who knows where, maybe somewhere in Washington State, but then you go back down to sea level. Hypoxic memory, which is something kind of newer that I'm just starting to study right now, is your body, your adaptation to the altitude can happen more quickly the more times you do it. So that long game that I'm always talking about, remember these results from Pikes Peak, like over the last decade, I'm just wondering if my body is, and my my red blood cell count, my hemoglobin is adapting over time, especially to the summer training that I do, where I have this hypoxic memory where my body knows what to do in the altitude. So for you, if you've attempted to race the Leadville 100 and you've had to drop out, or the Run Rabbit Run 100 and you've had to drop out, I know all about that, or the Hard Rock one, or any of these high altitude ultra races, and it just doesn't work out the first time, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't ever give up, all right? Because this hypoxic memory might start playing in a role in your running journey the more and more you travel from lower altitudes up to higher altitudes. Okay, so that's what I mean by hypoxic memory. All right, everyone. Oh, man. Good times up in the hills, but it's good to be back at a Mile High, the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado. All right, we got to get this sunset for you. We're going to toss, oh my goodness. Wow. Comment of the day, Sarah, I love you. It's like the most epic comment I've ever read, but I'm just going to put it on the screen right now. All right, pause the video, read it all. She tells her whole story of anemia and lacking red blood cell. Anyway, there it is. Read it. And it's crazy. Question of the day is, have you ever had to stop training or running because not of an injury, but because of a health concern, like Sarah talked about in her comment of the day, which connects to high altitude, anemia. You gotta be careful about training at high altitude as well. All right, there we go. Seek beauty. Oh, we'll toss it to Leadville training. Hi, Michael.
Seek beauty, work hard,
and love each other.
Say, seek beauty.
Work hard and love each other.
Good.
See you tomorrow.